did I get my third job? And this would be one of the most brilliant con games that I ever been in my life. Because the person who was doing the con have been conning me my whole life since 10 years old, stealing my lawnmower money. You know, we had 10 yards, me and my brother, and we didn't know my father would get in the check because he told us for many years, oh, I don't charge them nothing. They my friends. They my friends. But one day my brother had questions. He said, Chuck children are the same age me as David. Why Chuck children don't mow Chuck yard? He said, because white people don't do that kind of work, son. Just blacks. So me and my brother kept mowing. Until one day, we spent the night at Chuck's house, with his kids, call all of our friends. And we got ready to go home. Chuck handed us a check for $300. Say, Chuck, what did for me and Cedric? He said, yeah. This is what y'all get for mowing the yard every month. I said, no, Chuck, my daddy never gave us no money. Chuck said, son, y'all been mowing my yard for almost 6 years. What you mean y'all don't, he tell y'all don't get no money. He said, we cut y'all yard for free because y'all his friend. And then Chuck told us what everybody paying him, which was well over $2,500 a month almost, right? And so Cedric stopped right then. When we were mourning Harold Goldman, y'all, Cedric brought it up. My daddy said, well, if you quit, you make sure you have a goddamn job when you get to the house. We were waiting in Port St. Lucie. And Cedric got home before we did, and Cedric had a KFC uniform on, or Kmart or something like that. But that just gives you an idea of who we're dealing with. But anyway, I got a call one day from the pro shop at Monte Carlo, aka Pelterwood, and it say, four guys on the number one green, they would like to ask you some questions about the grass. I said, what kind of question? And the guy said, they scared to walk on the grass and they want to know, is it okay? So I drove there and I see three guys with shirts went down to their ankle. They looked weird because they were all silk. And then I see my dad. I'm like, what the hell going on here? So I walked up there and they say, bonjour, bonjour. And I say, bonjour. They say, is it okay to walk on the grass? I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir, it's okay to walk on it. Come on. And all four of us walk on the grass. And they said, what type of grass is this? I said, oh, this creeping bent grass is a winter overseas grass in Florida, but it's three courses that keep it all year round. I said, how do you keep winter grass all year round in South Florida? I say, very, very carefully, sir. And we all went to laughing, right? And he say, one of them, who I found out name was Teton, he say, we played this whole fairway. We checked the fairway, the rough, the T slope, the green slope, the green and T top. We see no weed. How is it possible? A golf course with no weed? Because our golf course have weed everywhere. And they say it's common. But it can't be common because you have no weed. What is your secret? I said, well, I go out with the boom. I hit by 3-4 applications. Then after that, there's just like 15% weed left or less. And I just go out with my golf cart on my everyday rounds. And I just spot weeds all day. That's what I do all day. I spot weeds. They say, you the boss? You spot the weed? I say, yes, sir, yes, sir. I say, because most people is in this profession for the love of nature, sir. I say, I love what I do and I love nature, you know. He said, oh my God, we would do anything to help someone like you. Then we talked a little while more, and before I left, my dad said, hey man, how about stopping by your house? Your mama cooking llama beans. And then we can sit down and talk. Because you see, I'm about to retire, see. I'm about to retire and everybody wants you to take over. Then that when DBA, the head general manager, say, wait a minute. Do you know him, Lonnie? Yeah, that my son. You wife with his mama? And you his daddy? Yeah, just my baby. How dare you let Club Med be the laughing stock of fucking Florida? Our golf course look like shit. We the laughing stock of the Georgia Coast, and you tell me you got a fucking son who can develop doing this? He was my secret weapon, G. He was my secret weapon. And them three guys went berserk. And the one named Teton had tears in the eyes. He would cry like a baby. He said, Lonnie, you let me put my job on the line. Defending you. I've been fighting for 3 months, getting cussed out and blasted by Monaco. Because you such a nice guy. I deserve you I thought you deserved a chance, Lonnie. And you got a son who capable of this right here? It's no problem. Lonnie, he's the best in the fucking world. Look at this place. Club Med is all over the world, and we never seen a place like this, Lonnie. We need him to start work tomorrow, Lonnie. Or you and all your guys are fire. They've been telling us to fire y'all for 3 months, and we've been holding out because you such a nice goddamn guy. Sir, how about an interview? What's the fastest you can do interview? I said, well, we work a half a day Friday. You know, we get off 10:30. He said, Lonnie, we all will be on call. No matter what time he comes Friday, you give us a call and we will start the meeting on his time. Because we need him. He don't need us. Because with talent like his, he can go anywhere he wants, Lonnie. It would be a privilege, sir, if you get us to interview. I said, I'll be there Friday, sir. And I shook their hands and I was confused, you know, and I told my boss about it when he come back, and he said, man, don't take that job. He said, we trained. We went through the same school. Say, when we go on a golf course, we need no one. He said, your dad in all kind of trouble with the state and the federal government because of licensing. That place is a dump. No way you can get that place back to shape as an assistant. You will have to have total control to get that place back to shape. But your dad is not one of us, son. But you need to tell them people, when Lonnie leave, then you'll step in. You don't need to work under Lonnie for a year. You know, and I'm like, still like, well, how bad then it be? 1 year, you know, and I took the job, which was the worst mistake in my career. It was the worst decision I made other than marriage. But it will blow your mind. Now the federal government say my life story from kindergarten to college gonna replace Roots. But they don't know about this place here. It make Roots look like a cartoon. Y'all will not believe what happened. and who was the cause of it. It even cost me a job with the President of the United States of America, who were going to do all kind of things for me, write all my books, who were going to start me civil rights organization that they predicted to bankrupt all others after 10 years. They were going to do everything, and I was going to have a job in the White House no matter who was the president. The guy messed up everything because his secretary wanted to keep her $7 an hour, and he wanted to save all his guys who were making minimum wage job. So they kept refusing calls to the White House, and they kept telling the White House, oh, David will call y'all back. David will call y'all back. Or we will relate the message. David will call y'all back. But they wouldn't relate the message to me, which cost me the job with the President of the United States, making the most money that I probably ever would have made in my life, with all my books being written in 3 months, according to the federal government. But anyway, that's how I came upon working at Club Med, through trickery and scandalous things, and even the EEOC. This whole situation I'm talking about now is in the files of the EEOC federal government because I filed charges. And they said Club Med kept their word. We did an investigation, and you right about everything you said. Even they calling you the #1 green. They got all that on paper still. But the only one you can sue is your dad. He scammed you to coming out to Club Med to save his job. Thank you, and God bless.